Hi, my name is James and today I'll be reviewing the M4 board made in 2016 for the Amstrad CPC 464 and 6128, made in 1984. In 2013 I was one of the last people probably to connect an Amstrad via a dial-up system to a server still operating, I think it was in Surrey. I couldn't do much on that, but I posted my video of my findings, and that may have inspired somebody at the company that made the M4 board to make a board that can connect to the internet, connect to Wi-Fi through and your PC, and multitask and do all sorts of other things. I'm not sure yet, but this is a review of an amateur, so it's very technical to use. So I'm just going to go through it. First I've got to read through the instructions, so bear with me a while. Okay, here we have the M4 board developed by a chap going by the pseudonym of Duke from spinpoint.org. So we've got a couple of chips here, a micro SD card slot here, a Wi-Fi point here, a USB connector, I think that's a power point there. It connects to the card edge via the expansion port. Right, the computer is off. We've got an M4 board here. We're just going to insert it into the expansion, or the floppy disk expansion slot, lining up the edges correctly. Let me turn on the computer, and the blue light comes on, and we got M4 board version 2. Right, apparently I have to fit the micro SD card first, then boot it up, and insert a tiny little 16GB piece of plastic into the device. Turn back on. First we're going to set up a network connection, so we have to set up an RSX command using the following parameters: net set, comma. Oh my god, the N key isn't working. Right, I'm going to have to spray the keyboard with oil or something. Right, that seems to have worked. The spray did the trick. There's a little tip for you. Okay. Oh god, you can't reset. Oh, actually there's a reset button on the board. I think it's this here, little red button. Oh, it's reset. Oh yes, it's reset the computer. It's handy. My god, the arrow keys aren't working, so we can't copy it. Okay, we'll just enter, see what happens. Type mismatch. Start again. Right, I found the problem. Instead of direct commands, we have to use a command that works on basic 1.0. Most other people are on 1.1 with a 6128. So we use a $sign and then type in the lot again. Okay, enter, ready. Now we're going to check that with net set, comma, at $, and now net stat, check if we're online. We are online, apparently. Okay, well that was simple, and we've got our own IP address there. Right, now we have a dedicated IP assigned to the CPC. We can access the M4 board from a PC, apparently, if we just type in the IP. And there it is. Wow. Okay. Files go in here. I suppose we could put games and things in there. The ROMs, I assume these are ROM emulators. Oh, something's going on there. We could put firmware in here. We could put basic 1.1 in or stuff like that. Well, it was working for a little while. I'll just reset it. Ah, there we go. I went to the men's room and it sorted it out itself. Okay, let's have a look at control. Well, we can reset the computer from here. Settings. This gives us all the internet settings here. We can update right there. Let's set the time. Which time zone are we in? Oh, let's put 1 in. That's correct. No, it's not. Are we -1? How could it be -1? Okay, we're in -1 time. Now let's try some basic commands. Apparently we can show the current time. That's an hour out. I think that's because we put... No, never mind. But look, it's got the time from the internet. Amazing. Okay, next we're going to download something from the interwebs. We're going to use the spin point. So we've got to use AES. Oh, we've downloaded something. Wow. Okay, next we're going to try and upgrade the firmware from the internet, if there's anything to upgrade. Oh wait. Something's happening. I hear noises. Wow. We've upgraded to firmware 2.0.2. Right, apparently that's upgraded. I checked the PC Wi-Fi link. This is version 2.02. So let's see if we can play that game we just downloaded. I can't run that game for a minute. I just check what's in the disk. It's there. Battery disk. Now look at that. 15 million bytes. You could fit like, I don't know, thousands of free games on that tiny little SD card. So I'll try something else. Let's download something from the internet directly through the PC. I've downloaded something, so let's see if we can. Upload that. And that apparently is uploaded. DIR it again. Wow, look, there it is. So how do we get to play them? Right, let's try getting this game to work. I know it will work, it's just typing in the right thing. So, we get the... Tell the computer AS is 943. Right, change directory to AS, ready. Now we go to disk because it's on the disk, and then run it from normal. Ha! Do we cheat? You'll never know. Cool. So now I can get every game that's ever been made for the Amstrad onto my M4 board. Something little. Wow, look at that! Is this copyright? From 1943? I don't think it will be. Right, I've managed to make a new folder using the command as equals games and then telling the make directory that the folder name is as and as is games. Now we're going to try and move 1943 to the games folder. The direct command doesn't work, so what if we have two commands with B? That works. Right, so now ren A to B, whatever. Oh, let's try. That seems to have worked. Haha! It's gone. 1943 is gone, and I assume it's in games. So let's check. dir 1943. There it is in games. Now all this is very complicated with the commands. So what I'd like to do is change basic 1 into basic 1.1 by replacing the ROM 7 in the M4 board. I'm told that's possible. Right, so it says here, I go to the ROM board. Apparently we have to put the operating system for the 6128 in ROM 31 down at the bottom, and then basic 1.1 to slot 0 and enable that lower ROM there. So let's find a 6128 operating system from CPC Wiki, and that's it there. Download that and upload it to 31, slot name, call it OS. Upload, done, as quick as that, and enable set, and then we need basic 1.1, basic 1.1 for the 6128, download that and upload to slot 0, basic 1.1 and upload. It's there, so I assume there's no other instructions, so I assume that's done. And look here, we've reloaded it and we've got basic 1.1. Wow. So now we don't need any silly commands, we can just type in directly. Right, we're having a problem loading games from this end, but we know basic is working because we can use direct commands such as make directory, utilities, dir utilities, so we know that's working. So overall, am I happy with my new M4 board from Austria? Absolutely, that's an amazing piece of technology. The technology actually has been around since the 60s, 70s, and it's only now that we can make it affordable or shrink it down to a size that is manageable. Imagine having a Wi-Fi in the 80s. It would have been a huge box sort of thing. So in summary, I can change ROMs, 30 ROMs, I can have 10,000 games, I can use the file system, I can connect to Wi-Fi, download from the internet. I'm sure coming up will be a web interface with the ability to send email from my Amstrad CPC 464. Now that would be a great blessing because you cannot get a virus, I think, on a CPC. You might get it on the M4 board by the Wi-Fi somehow, but imagine if the CIA or MI5 would try to infiltrate the CPC. Impossible, I think, because they're working on modern technology. They'd be out of their depth. I don't want to give them ideas, but they wouldn't listen to this anyway. That is amazing technology. And thank you to Mr. Duke from Austria Dankeschön für die M4 Board ist sehr gut. Dankeschön. Ciao.